Well guys, this is just a video on recap what have happened to my blesbuck, the ones that we introduced probably about 2 years ago, and just to explain to you guys the whole process of buying game, reintroducing game, and putting different species onto your property. I've done a previous video regarding the fences in South Africa and fenced areas. I've spoken about CAEs. So if you're unfamiliar with CAEs, a certificate of adequate enclosure and stuff, make sure you head on over to, I'll put the little thumbnail up here in the video here of the fences in South Africa, and that'll give you a better understanding on how it works in South Africa regarding game. But anyway, 2 years ago, I dropped off 13 blesbuck. Yeah. And my friends from Nyati Services sorted out the blesbuck for me. I wasn't looking for a big group of blesbuck. I just wanted to reintroduce a few as a breeding program to try and build up. We used to have blesbuck here years ago when my grandfather was still alive. But sadly, with this road being so busy, guys poached the living daylights out of them, that we were finding blesbuck with jaws missing, and now this road doesn't get used as much anymore. It's actually trash, so it's great that you don't get that much traffic along here. So it was time to put some game in. We got the fences all sorted out, and Alex contacted me from Nyati and said, Wayne, I've really got a mixed grill of blesbuck here. Would you be interested? It's not really a family group because there's no mature male in it, but it's 13 blesbuck, a bunch of juvenile males and 4 females. So I said to Alex, no, I'm keen. When can you drop them off? So they delivered them here. We dropped them off and they took off across the flats here. I thought, okay, typical, they're going to run the fences. They will establish in this beautiful flat, perfect blesbuck terrain, which has got loads of grass and everything. And with that, for 4 months, I did not see a single blesbuck. They vanished. And I was like, this is an investment. I'm buying this breeding group. It's not really a breeding group, but I should get a couple babies because hopefully the females were pregnant before they arrived. And with that, eventually I spotted them on the complete opposite end of the property, right down on our Cap River boundary. But I only bumped into like 6. I was like, man, these things are like bits and pieces. What the heck's going on here? Eventually they all came out and established themselves on top of the hill, and there were 9 in total. And when we offloaded them, I tagged the females specifically because we had no idea how old they were. So I put the tags in the 4 females because I wanted to, and I numbered them 1 to 4 because I wanted to know which ones would still be in, of breeding age. If they were too old, we'd have to cull them out. So that was the reason for tagging them. I tagged none of the males. The males came in and they've just grown up and they've turned into beautiful specimens now. And the sad part is, out of the 4 that vanished, 2 females disappeared as well and 2 young males. So I was down to only 2 females for breeding stock, which I'm still only down to 2. But with that, one of the females had a baby. So they breed between November and February. She had one late in February, which is quite late. The second female had no baby. So I was going, okay, maybe she just aborted because of the capture. It was late in the season. We don't know. It could be a number of things. Maybe she had a baby and the jackals ate it. But I hadn't picked up anything. So with that, the female that had a baby, somehow there's a stock fence that runs halfway through the area here. It's a very broad stock fence. It's only got 5 strands of wire just to stop the cattle so we can rotate graze. And it's got big enough gaps for the blesbuck to go through, but somehow they just decided to stay on that end of the property. And one evening I came down to one late evening I came down to the shooting range. We just came to check, and I noticed there was a blesbuck on the opposite side of the fence. And I noticed it was the female with the baby, and I was like, okay, that's strange, but she'll find her way back. She was running up and down the fence with her baby. So for the better part of like 2 weeks, she lived on that side with the others on this side of the fence. You bump into them, they'd be walking up and down the fence. And eventually I spotted her out here in this open clearing, walking with the cattle, but no baby. So myself and one of the guys went out that day looking to see what's happened to the baby. Did the baby go through now and is with the rest of the herd and mother stuck this side, or something's happened? And eventually we found the baby. It had been eaten by jackal. The jackal had obviously pushed it into the corner of the fence, and that's how they caught it. And then with that, the mother came out here into the field. So with that female living out here and amongst the cattle and the horses and cruising around here, my wife subsequently went and named it Cynthia. So everyone knows about Cynthia cruising around here on the flats, and she never ever went back to the herd. She just lived with the cows. So a whole year went by where she wasn't bred, so hasn't had another baby since. But the female that was with the bachelor group of males, they've all come to breeding age. For some unknown reason, she hasn't bred. So I'm thinking what's happened is the fact that she didn't breed end of last year is the fact that there were too many males with her, that you ending up with males just challenging each other and chasing each other around trying to breed one female. That is my hope. Or she's either too old to breed. But with this, what happened was that herd actually split again. So 3 males were pushed out, and they were living on their own behind my house in the thick pine forest, and that's where they've been living. So now recently what I did was I opened the gates up because we moved all the stock out. We've only got the horses in here at the moment. And I opened the gates hoping that those males would come through and find Cynthia. Then I'd have 2 groups, basically family groups, with Cynthia on this side with a couple males, and then the other female that side with a couple males. So that was my hope. And what's actually happened is that everything has come through, which is not bad. I want everything out here. But unfortunately with this, I don't know why it happened like that, because now the groups have found each other again, and the males have fought so hard that now I've ended up losing a male, which has gone over into my neighbor's property. And we're hoping he figures out and finds his way back. But unfortunately, if he doesn't find his way back, I'm actually going to have to go hunt him. So restocking game, putting game and reintroducing onto a property is very much of a gamble. And that's what a lot of people don't realize when you come and visit properties and stuff like that, is there is a lot of hard work and effort that goes into stocking our animals to make sure that there are species that have been reintroduced, that it's not just good old-fashioned stock farms where everything's been shot out, that there is a bit of an ecosystem where you can run livestock and still run game. And that's kind of where I'm trying to lean towards. I haven't got any high fences, so I will reintroduce the species that should have been here way back when, and hopefully we start building to a herd where it sustains itself, that I can have probably 50 blesbuck here, which doesn't affect my other operation of farming with my dad and farming, cattle, so they can survive together, because you don't want to go overstock, graze your property so hard that it affects your other form of income. And I'm hoping somewhere along the line I can buy some more females and put them in, because then when I reintroduce those females, I will go and tag females again, preferably with a different color, that I know that in 2022 I put in yellow tags, and 2024 I put in red tags. And then out of those females, I can keep an eye on them of what is productive and what isn't, and we can cull out and so on. But my males are all untagged. They're doing extremely well. But unfortunately now, one sitting in the neighbor's side, and the rest are all here. There's one actually just across the way from me here, and the rest of them, they've kind of split again. Yesterday they were still running around like mad things, as if I'd reintroduced them, but it's just the fact that they've got a much bigger area, vaster area here on this side of the property than what they had that side. There's a lot of bush that side, and there was just a small, you know, open area just on top of the ridges where they had been living. So yeah, hopefully they settle, and hopefully in the future I can introduce more game and share it with you guys on the process of restocking the farm to what it should be, to stocking the species that should be back here in the area. With our fences, I thought that nothing would get out, but obviously guys, these are wild animals. If they get run up against the fence really hard, they're either going to jump it or go through it. So my guess is the males from that big group were not happy with the 3 males that came through here, and they might have picked up old Cynthia, and they wanted Cynthia for themselves, and they ended up in a barney against the fence, and one ended up right through it. So stay tuned guys. I will let you guys all know about what's up for the future, and hopefully some more game species added. Just a little bit on how the blesbuck are doing. So till later guys, cheers.